Welcome, bienvenido to Amelia, to another free lessons from me, Jose Maria Bonifacio Escoda. Call me Boni for short. We're going to talk about literature. Importance in studying literature that many do not know. If properly taught, like math, it trains a person how to be analytical, not only analytical. And most important, it makes the learner a sensitive human being. That's what we need nowadays. For a lot of us are but acting like intellectual robots without feeling. Two kinds of literature are traditional and popular, but we're going to take up now the three types of contemporary literature, like romantic, realistic, and radical. Romantic, from the word romance, meaning fantasy. In this literature, this type, it teaches a moral lesson. The characters are stereotyped, meaning to say, the good ones look neat, while the bad ones look ugly, unkempt, and the voices are always shouting. The conflicts are solved mostly by coincidences. And despite the conflict, it has a happy ending. And this literature favors actually the ruling class, because it's like a shot of morphine to the realities of life. And the massa, the oppressed majority, like this one, because it makes them forget the grim realities of life. The upper class does not like this literature, but actually, they benefit from it. Let's go to realistic literature, by the word realistic. The characters are not stereotyped, meaning to say, the antagonist or yung bida might not look neat. And the bad characters, they may look like very refined persons, but with mean motives in life. Then there's the shadowing of characters, meaning the main characters, the protagonists o yung bida, they have their weak points. They're not all perfect, meaning that they have their weak points, maybe because of their background, and there will be conflicts because of this. And they're dynamic characters also. But this opens the eyes to the realities of life. Such thing like, for example, a servant, though gets in love with a master, at the end, that can't happen. Something will happen to show the realities of life. That there is what we call social discrimination, or maybe religious discrimination, or racial discrimination. So the ending only opens the eyes to realities. And the upper class, the educated class, they like this literature. And the lower class, the oppressed class, does not like this. All this actually favors them because it will open to the realities and they might solve the problem. The last one is radical literature. Radical from the Latin word root. It exposes the root causes of conflicts. Unlike the realistic, this exposes why there's such thing as poverty. Why is there such thing as racial discrimination or racial discrimination or social discrimination? It exposes the root causes, goes back to the root causes of the conflicts, but as well as provides a solution. The oppressed must stand, unite, and fight. Aside from showing the realities, unlike realistic literature, which only opens the eyes to reality, this radical literature provides a solution. Well, we know there are two kinds of literature, the traditional and the popular lit. There is also what we call protest literature. It's an alternative lit. But there are two types of protest literature. One is the progressive, which shows a fair and logical presentation, while the other one is propaganda. It's one-sided with falsehoods to show a propaganda that this ideology, that this party is the best.